Hey there guys, and welcome to this video where we're going to be talking about the in-app messages and in-app message center inside P Distinction and some of the cool things you can actually do with it with your clients. So what we're going to do is look at the in-app messages inside P Distinction and try and look at really how you can utilize this feature with your clients, right the way from the basics through to some of the more advanced stuff you can do, including some of the things you can do with Zapier. So let's go and take a look inside P Distinction and find out exactly what in-app messaging is actually all about. So here we are inside PTD. Let's talk about what in-app messaging is. Well, first of all, you can find the in-app message bubble, if you like, down here in this bottom corner. When you click on here, you can see you have a list of all your clients, and it's split up into a number of different things. So at the top, we have a search bar. This allows you to search directly for clients or groups. If I type in my name, Ash, you can see all the test clients that pop up inside here. If I hit that little button, it'll replace the search and clear it all out. We also have the ability to organize them from all, which shows you all the messages and clients, to unread, to any unread messages you've received from clients. You've also got flagged. So inside here, we can flag up messages. So let's say if I go inside here, I open up this test client, I look at this message in here, and I think I need to come back to this in the future to remember it. I can click up here to follow up and set up a flagged message. I can also organize which one's more important or not by moving them up and down inside level of importance. I come back out of here and I hit on flagged. I can now see my flagged message in here, and it shows me exactly which messages I need to follow up with. We can then filter it down to just clients, so we can see just clients in here. And we also have the ability to filter it down just to groups. So you might be thinking, well, why do I need groups and what are groups inside our messenger? Well, groups just mean that we can do group messaging. I'm going to talk a bit more about that very, very shortly. Now, another thing you'll notice inside here as well is next to each name, we have these little squiggly images. This one here just basically means you can switch on two-way messaging or not have it switched on. Now, as standard, when you add a client into P Distinction, your two-way messaging is switched off. So if you want to switch on two-way messaging for your clients, just come inside here and click this button and it will change color. That means now that when you send a message to your client can reply back as well. If you ever want to switch it off, just click on here to go and switch it off. Now, you can also do global messaging settings up at the top here with this little icon. So if you click on here, you can see that you have the option to turn all your existing clients to one-way messaging or all your existing clients to two-way messaging. Now, this will just do what's called a mass action. This is not a standard setting. So if you was to set this to all-way all at one, it just means everybody in here, if you click OK, will only have one-way messaging. If you was to go on here and click that to all-way two, it will switch every current client you can see here to always two-way messaging. Now, if you added a new client now, the new client would only be one-way messaging. This here, like I say, is a mass action. It's not a global setting as such. So I'm going to switch all these back from there. So like I said, that's all you really need to know for the time being in here. The other thing I want to talk about is the group ones as well. Inside here, you'll see you've got group chat, active and inactive. So it doesn't say two-way messaging, it says active and inactive. That's because with group chat, you need to actually switch on the ability to have a group conversation inside that group. So what is a group conversation? Well, a group conversation is very similar to a group chat that you get on something like Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp Messenger. It means that you can set up a group inside your PTD account, switch on this group chat inside here, and it means that any conversation that you have or any of your clients have, the part of that particular group, they'll be able to see each other's conversations. Like I say, very similar to how WhatsApp works inside a WhatsApp chat. Now, also inside your messages in here, you can also attach items such as videos and images. You can also do smileys and emojis, and obviously just type your messages inside here as well. You can also delete messages that you've sent as well if you want to go and do that. Okay, so that's the messages in a nutshell in that message bubble. What else can we actually do with our messages inside PTD? So let's go and look at a client first. We can obviously just send a standard message using that bubble, like I've said down there, but we can also schedule out messages as well. So if we head into a client's account here and we head over to the message center, you can see inside here we have an option that says message. If we click on there, we can open up our IMs or our in-app messages, and we have regular IM, weekly IM, and scheduled IM. A regular IM is just basically sending a message straight away. To be honest with you, I wouldn't necessarily do this through here. You can actually just do it down here using the in-app bubble. It's exactly the same thing, whether you use this option down here or this option here to go and send it. Now, because we're in an individual account here, I wouldn't worry too much about these placeholders. You may wish to use the password reset password link or the email or the login links down here for your apps if you want to go and send that information to them. Generally, though, this is normally done through email, but you can do it through in-app Messenger if you want to. You also have the option here to send text message, image message, or video message to your client. Just bear in mind that with your video messages, it's a maximum video length of 5 minutes and a maximum file size of 250 megabytes. Just so you're aware, if you were to do a 5-minute video on something like a new iPhone, it would be a lot bigger than this because iPhones film in standard 4K. That means you want to adjust your settings on your device if you're filming videos in that particular way to make sure it doesn't produce videos at a 4K standard. It's not really needed. Most of these devices won't render in 4K anyway, and your clients probably won't thank you because of the loading time for any kind of 4K video and also the amount of data it uses to do it. You'll be plenty happy enough and the quality will be really high enough on something like a 720 standard size video if you're sending it through PTD. We've also then got weekly messages inside here. This allows you to send out a weekly message on any given day or days at any time that you want to. So if I do this on here, for example, this means here that between the 16th of December and the 23rd of December, this video message or image message or text message will be sent on every Monday and every Thursday, Monday at 8 a.m. and Thursday at 5 a.m. down here. That's all that basically means. The next option is scheduling. We can pick a date for this to go out in the future, so we can set out maybe something for Christmas now, to say Merry Christmas, for example, and send it out at a time we want to send it out. We can also repeat that same message as well over any given frequency and length of time. So we could send the same message every 7 days for, say, a whole year, if we wanted to go and do that. Whenever you're happy with that, just hit complete, and it will save it, and it will sit in here ready to go out for your clients in the scheduled area. You can see one here we've made in advance down here, an IM message that's going to go out, which is all about goal setting, setting ambitions for your clients in there. So that's how it works at an individual client level. What about at a group level? So let's go and take a look at a group. So there's a couple of things we can do with groups here. First of all, let's have a look at, we'll just use a random group. I'm just going to use this challenge group inside here. So let's say we're going to do this in here and we go to the message center in the top corner. Inside here, if we go to messages, you can see we have a very similar kind of setup, but we have two options at the top: individual group members and group conversations. Let's talk about individual group members. When I have this setting here and I go and fill the rest of these in down here, this basically means it's going to send a message out to every individual member of this group, which effectively means if we have 100 members inside this group and I send an individual message out, it will send out 100 individual messages, and if a client was to reply back, only I would see that response to that client. The other clients won't see anything. They'll just see it as a message from me to them. And I've got the similar kind of settings down here. I can do a regular one down here, which again, I'd probably just use the in-app messenger bubble down this side. We have weekly IM. Now with our weekly IMs, because we're in a group, we have two options. We can do it by date, but we can always also do it by days after joining. So this is the number of days that have passed since a client has been added to this particular group. Exactly the same principle. So I could say 1 week and then say 6 weeks. And every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., I can send this message out to the client. Now, because I'm inside a group, this is the time where I'd recommend you use placeholders. It allows you to personalize the message for that particular client without having to write each name inside there. It just automatically updates it using these placeholders down here. So in this example, this message will go out with the client's personal name on it from week 1. After 1 week they've joined, this message will start to go out until they get to 6 weeks after they've joined this group. Remember, it's this group, not the software. Join the group. And then every Monday and Thursday, this message will go out at 4 p.m. and 8 a.m. Exactly the same message going out. Schedule by date, we've seen already inside here. And then schedule by days after joining is a slightly different version. Works in the same way as the date, but allows you to send a message after the number of days that have passed since being added to this particular group. And of course, we can repeat that option as well down here for whatever period of time we want. Now, you'll also notice on all these options here, the weekly one, the scheduled one, and the days after joining, we have this down here, which is add to existing members of the group. This basically allows you, when you're updating this group, to decide whether you want current members to receive this message, whether it's scheduled or not, or whether you just want new members signing up in the future to receive this message. That's what the option allows you to do. We then have the on-joining option. The on-joining option here allows you to send a message out as soon as a client joins this particular group or has been added to this particular group. So that will go out at the time and date they get added to this group. So that's the individual side of it. On the other side, we have group conversations. So this is a little bit different. So let's click on this one. Now inside here, you can see we've lost some of the other options, but we have a regular that goes out, weekly that goes out. Now with the weekly one here, with a group conversation, we can't choose days after joining. We can only use the date option. Same here, we can't do schedule by days after joining here because we can only schedule by date or weekly in here. And same here, we can't do on joining because this is a group conversation. This means we can add clients to this group, but different clients will be added at different times. So the software can't know when to send it out because the clients will join at a different time. Some clients may join on the 1st of January, some clients may join on the 1st of May, and so on. So we don't have the ability here to schedule things by days after joining. We can only do things by date in a group conversation because what it's effectively doing is creating a group chat. Now, in order for group conversation to work inside a particular group, this won't let you save it unless we actually switch on the group chat, as you can see here. And to do that, like we've mentioned already, is head inside here, go and search for the group that you want to go and put it in, and just turn on the two-way chat by clicking this button inside here. Once that's on, you can then send messages backwards and forwards. Now, a couple of things to notice about group chat. If you look inside here, you'll see that these names are the group's names. Now, up here, the ones where we have group chat that's actually switched on, you can see we've called it either Team Chat or Trek 2022, depending what it is we're actually talking about. It's really important if you're using group chat inside here to name your group something that's going to be recognizable by your client. Don't just call it a PTD group challenge or something like that. It won't make any sense to them. So call it something that they actually recognize inside here. So if you're doing this, I would create a separate group on its own by going to groups, add, and inside here, just call it something like, you call it a group chat or team chat or client chat, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call this group chat. Just like so. Click add, and that's going to add that in. So now inside here, we have our group chat set up. There it is. And we need to go and switch this group chat on inside here. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to type in a group chat to bring it up. And we're going to make sure this group chat two-way messaging is actually switched on for that client in here, which it is. So now we can go inside here and we can schedule messages out if we want to, or we can just go and send a message out in here. And any message we send out in here will go out to all members of that particular group. And if they respond, we'll all be able to see each other's responses inside here and have conversations with each other inside it. So inside the app, how's that going to look? Well, basically, it's going to mean that you're going to have a section inside the message center inside the app that says your name, the coach's name, and you also have another bit inside there that says group chat or whatever you call it. Exactly the same as it would do if you was doing WhatsApp groups chat or a Facebook group chat or anything like that. But this also means we can do other things as well. We don't just have to have one group chat. We can effectively turn this into forums for our clients. So instead of just having a general group chat, we could set up a group that's called Diet Chat. We could then set up another group that's called Workout Chat. And the advantage here is we can actually turn this into a kind of forum for our client. So now what we can do is inside our account, we can go to our groups and we can just bring up our different chat groups down here and we can turn these on. So we can have a mindset one, a workout chat, whatever it is. And this means that when we add clients to this group inside their app, they're going to see the messages from you, so their coach, and then they'll see a mindset chat group, a workout chat group, and so on. And what this basically means is that they can go in there and they can ask any questions about diet in the diet chat, mindset in the mindset chat, workout in the workout chat. And it effectively allows you to create a forum inside the app for your clients. So you can do some pretty cool stuff with messages inside P2D. Again, these are just some of the fundamental basics you can look at. You can take this a lot further if you actually wanted to. Now, before I go, there's one more question that a lot of people ask about messages. Can you actually automatically switch on two-way messaging for your clients when they sign up? Now, there's no direct way to do that through PTD. Like I say, it's only a quick job anyway. If you want a two-way message on for all your clients, literally just every time you log into PTD, come in here, click the global settings and switch it all onto two-way. However, if you have Zapier and you're using Zapier to onboard your clients, you can do this. So if we head over to our Zapier account inside here, I'm going to go and create a news app in here. And one of the things you might do is use another software, maybe like Stripe or Kartra or ClickFunnels or whatever it is, to go and add a client into PTD. So I'm just going to use Kartra, which is like a sales funnel system inside here, and it has the ability to sell things. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go customer buys a product, hit continue, and I'm going to go choose the account that I'm in. And again, you can do this with anything else really. It doesn't matter what you're using, whether it's WooCommerce, whether it's Thrivecart, anything where you can actually sell something that's got a connection with Zapier, you can do this. So I'm just going to go and pick one of our products out of here. I'm just going to do some example ones for this one here. Any price point, click continue. I'm going to test our little trigger out. So there's our trigger all set up. So when somebody buys our flagship program, that's what's going to happen there. The next step we're going to do is going to add a client to PTD. So I'm going to type in PT distinction here. And then I'm going to go and choose to add client and click OK. Now, if I do this way, look what happens. If I open this up, we actually have a bunch of different settings in here. So we're going to go and set this up together. So I'm going to put in the email, buyer's email. We're going to put in their first name. Again, this will be slightly different from software to software, depending on what you're using, but in principle, you're looking for this information here. The gender, you can choose one of these if you want to. You do need to pick one of them, but as I've always said, the client will have no idea what gender you pick. It's purely just there for the things like the body fat percentage calculator in PTD. Just pick one. It doesn't really matter. If you pick one, they'll never know anyway. I'm going to switch this to don't send login details because we actually have an email set up inside PTD that triggers that through pre-made packages. If you're only doing this setup, if you're just adding in a client and then you're going to set them up after, then switch this round to send. If you're using pre-made packages, then have it to don't send, because it's normally a good idea to create your own if you're using pre-made packages. You want to find out more about that, go and check out our blog. There's loads of training on it inside there. And the password, I'm just going to let PTD create the password for them, and they can change it when they log in. I'm going to switch this so they're an online client. The time zone down here, you can use your trainer time zone or use something else. And then down here, we have a two-way message option where we can enable it. This allows us to actually have this switched on. So when we hit continue here, it just allows us to automatically do this and set up a client. So whenever somebody pays here, it will automatically add them into PTD, get their account set up, and then send them their login details out. Now, if you're using this with a pre-made package, you can also add another step in here as well by clicking in PT distinction and then adding them into a pre-made package as well. So add package to client, click add, and then choose this one here. Just bear in mind that if you want to add a client to a package, you need to have them as a client inside PTD first. So you want to have this step in first to add them in, then you can add them to the package as well inside here. And then you can just choose the package you want to add them to. Just go 12-week program and click continue. So there you go. So let's run a test on all these, and I'll just show you what I mean by it all. Obviously, it's not a real client inside there. Close it off, and then we can run that one as well. And obviously, it's not a real client. So there we go. So that's all set up. You can then turn that Zap on, and that will basically mean now when a client is added, purchase from whatever software you're using, we'll add them to PTD, switch on two-way messaging, and if you need them to, add them to a package as well. So there you go. That's it from me. I hope that was helpful. I hope it was useful. As always, if you've got any questions whatsoever, please let us know in the comments around this video, depending where you're watching it, whether it's on the blog, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is. Any questions, please do let us know. If you've got any burning questions about PTD as well, you'd like me to do a video on it, again, please let us know, and I'll do my best to try and help. And as always, if you need any extra help and support on making the most of PT Distinction or mastering your online fitness business, please do get in touch by heading over to ptdninja.com. Check out our PT Ninja 101 course if you want to have some help and support and set up all the stuff you've seen me go through today and much, much more, and making the most of your online fitness business with PT Distinction. Definitely go and check out our 101 course. We take you through everything you need to know in order to run your online fitness business and make something that's scalable and something that you can grow. And if you really want to do something a bit more unique, if you want to do something where with PTD or with your online business and you're just not sure how to do it and you want some help from the experts, you can come get in touch with us there with our Done For You service, where we'll sit down, look at what it is you want to do, work out exactly how to do it, and we'll go and build it and create everything for you. That includes all the systems, all the content, in fact, everything you need to do, all the integrations, any advanced automations we can put together for you as well. And you can find out more about that over at ptninja.com. Anyway, that's it from me. Have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.